I've been a subscriber to Apple One for quite a while now, and I want to talk to you today about, is it worth it? And make sure you stay tuned at the end because I've got a really good tip for you if you are subscribed. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching. 99% of the people who watch my content are not subscribed, so if you could fix that, that'd be great. Thank you. Let's start by breaking down Apple One. Essentially, Apple have bundled a lot of their subscription services into 3 different plans, which are individual, family, and Premier. So let's go into what those services are. iCloud storage is pretty self-explanatory. That's going to be where your photos are going to be saved if you save them up to iCloud, and also it's used for your iCloud Drive, which is your documents and all that kind of stuff that typically syncs to your Mac. TV Plus is on-demand TV show streaming and movies. Fitness Plus is an at-home workout app with lots of different types of at-home workouts or meditation sessions. News Plus is ad-free journalism. Apple Music is pretty self-explanatory. It's Apple Music, it's like Spotify. And Apple Arcade is video games. The Apple website gives you a breakdown of each of the subscription tiers and what the cost saving would be if you were to buy those services individually. It's to try and help sell the idea of it. Initially, I thought about subscribing to Apple One back in 2020 when it first came out. But back then I was paying for 50 gigabytes extra of iCloud storage, which was 99p. And then I was paying for Apple Music, which was $9.99. So the price of those together, I wasn't going to get the benefit at the individual plan. What the individual plan does give you on top of what I was already paying for, however, is TV Plus, which at the time Apple were giving away for 6 months for free if you brought new hardware like an iPhone from them. So I was within a 6-month period of actually not having to pay for it anyway. And they also give you Apple Arcade, which I'm not really that bothered about. It was 2020, there was only one game any of us were playing, and that was Warzone. So why do I now own Apple Arcade? Well, the real turning point for me was when I met my wife. Individually, we were paying for 50 gigabytes of storage for 99p and Apple Music for $9.99. So if we brought that price together and got the family plan, it basically worked out to be the same. But instead of 100 gigabytes between us, 50 each, we would have got double the amount of iCloud storage of 200 gigabytes that we could share between us. We'd still get Apple Music, but we then get bundled in Apple TV Plus, which we've actually really recently started loving. There's Silo, which is fantastic if you haven't seen. That's a TV show that's recently just come out with its 2nd season. And we also really love Slow Horses, and we loved Master of the Air. And then we also get Apple Arcade, which we're not really that bothered about. I still don't play it to this day. However, our son occasionally plays it. So what about the services that are included in Premier? You might be here asking yourself, are those services worth it? So let's dive into them. First of all, Fitness Plus. I actually had a 30-day trial of Fitness Plus back in 2020, and it was really good. This is back when it was COVID lockdowns and at-home workouts were all the rage. You couldn't really go out and do a workout. So the different variations of workouts of HIIT or running or strength training or meditation was generally really good, and they're really high quality produced videos. You can pick your instructor, you can customize your music, and you used to have to, I think, use an Apple Watch, but I'm pretty sure now they've got rid of that, and that isn't a barrier for entry, so that makes it even better. And if I didn't have the ability to play football twice a week and occasionally go for runs, or if I didn't have access to a gym or a park or a sports center, then I probably would look to get Apple Fitness Plus. But considering I have the rest of that and I go play football at organised leagues, I don't see the need for Fitness Plus, so I'm not really that bothered. However, News Plus, I can really see the value in. Personally, high quality ad-free journalism from what I call proper journalists, I think actually does have real value. I don't currently subscribe to any sort of journalists or newspapers like the Wall Street Journal or the Guardian, but I do see the value that they provide. And right now, I get most of my news by going onto Reddit, seeing a post which has a linked article that goes to a page with a paywall, and then scrolling down to the comments to hoping to see someone's put a TLDR that doesn't then require me to look at ads. And it's probably not the best way to consume that content, and it doesn't actually support the journalist or the company that have provided that information. But I do actually could see the value in something like News Plus. But upgrading to Premier to get that from family, I don't think is worth the uplift in cost. Now, we would get 2 terabytes of iCloud storage instead of 200 gigabytes, And considering we only have about 35 gigabytes left of that 200 gigabytes, we should probably look to upgrade soon, but we don't need 2 terabytes. And this is where the tip I mentioned at the start comes in. If you have an Apple One subscription, you're able to add on just iCloud storage without upgrading your Apple One tier, just like you can do if you're a non-Apple One subscriber. So you can take your family plan, which is 200 gigs, and we can go add on an extra 50 gigs on top of that for only another 99p, or we can add in another 200 gigs if we wanted, or we can incrementally just increase the iCloud storage rather than going from the next tier up of the Apple One program, which not many people know about, and it's something that I think should be advertised better. Let me know what you think about Apple One. Do you subscribe to Premier, or are you thinking about picking up any of the different plans? Let me know in the comments, which is below the like button, and thanks for subscribing. Peace.